Good evening and welcome to Insider News. Tonight we shall bring you the story of a child who needs financial assistance for surgery to end pains arising from sickle cell anemia, which has made life unbearable for him. But first, let's see the hard news. I am Maureen Stone Enujoke. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has said that his administration will promote and sustain Igbo cultural heritage. Governor Soludo gave the assurance at Imobi Onitsha on the occasion of the 2022 Ofala Onitsha Festival. Government House correspondent Valentine Badoya felt the report. Coming here.
Emphasizing that Onitsha has rich culture, Governor Soludo noted that the value of a people is embedded in their culture and language, and assured that his administration will encourage Igbo culture to thrive. Governor Soludo used the occasion to call on the support and collaboration from the Onitsha in rebuilding Anambra, as he promised to revive Onitsha through creative infrastructure. He reassured the Anambra of effective security system that will enthrone sustainable development. He congratulated Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Achebe, on the 20th Ofala Festival, saying that his leadership has impacted positively towards the growth and development of Onitsha and Anambra State at large. Governor Soludo prayed God to bless Igwe Achebe with more vision, strength, long life, and good health.
Will go back to our reinvention of our values. The traditional values who make Igbo. The values of hard work. The values of perseverance, persistence. Values of honesty. I will get the Bojama Chairman and Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council. I will get the Webo Zena will be of Onitsha. That's a guy today.
Igwe Achebe of Onitsha, while welcoming the dignitaries, assured that his leadership will continue to strive for a better society through transformative ideas and reinvention.
I remind you that the challenges ahead will not be less arduous than the journey so far. So, let us renew our commitment today to continue to give our utmost at all times for the upliftment of our motherland. In my published address, I express gratitude and appreciation to all our friends and supporters, without whom today's event will not be such a success. Let me once more single out the Ofala Planning Committee for the amazing collaborative work we have done to make this year's Ofala very special. I thank you all for your attention.
On his part, the Commissioner for Youth Development, Mr. Patrick Agamba, said that Ofala Onitsha is their means of appreciating God and their ancestors for their protection during the year, and noted that the 20th Ofala Festival is a landmark for Igwe Achebe and Ndi Onitsha at large. He described Obi of Onitsha as a father and peace-loving man whose reign has brought positive changes to the Onitsha ancient city. Governor Soludo, who attended the Ofala Festival with his wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, was received by the Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Alfred Nnemeka Achebe. Other dignitaries on the governor's entourage are the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. N.S. Ezajoy, the National President, Anambra State Association of Town Union, Barrister Titus Abudu, Deputy Chief of Staff and Chief Protocol to the Governor, Mr. Chinedu Moye, among others.
In line with its vision to permanently terminate the activities of illegal tax collectors and grow the internally generated revenue of the state, Anambra State government has marked strategic points for revenue collections across the state during identification of the state revenue collection points. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo, represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyeka Chukwibezim, explained that the points are for collection of taxes from trucks, the produce, and others, and is aimed at ensuring an organized system of revenue collection and total abolishment of touting in the state. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo has the details.
The governor said his government is determined to ensure that there is no leakage in IGR collection process as the administration needs money to execute all its plans for the state, and warned that there is no room for illegal tax collection in the state anymore. Governor Soludo, while disclosing that activities will fully commence in all the revenue collection points in the state in less than 2 weeks, asked the state residents to endeavor to pay their taxes in appropriate places for all-round development of the state.
What we went on today is not inspection, it's identification on the instruction of Mr. Governor in line with his vision of clearing touts of the street and making the IGR, the revenues of the state, very organized, like it's done in civilized societies, so that when you pay, the government gets the money. And they're abolishing touting, all sorts of touting. So we've been able to identify spots in Oka, Onisha, and here on the road to Ihiala and all that.
On his part, the chairman and chief executive officer of Anambra State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Richard Madiebo, explained that revenue collection process in the state is now digitalized to ensure sanity in the system, and pointed out that government will not make any headway without the help of the citizens, hence the need for the Anambra to support the present government through prompt tax payment to accelerate the development of the state.
Well, we are very ready, so we're introducing the digital angle to things. You will see some pockets of resistance and some near misses, false starts, but we are crunching those areas. We are making sure that everything is put in place. I can assure you that we are good to go.
The governor, who was accompanied by some top government officials during the exercise, identified spots in Oka, Onitsha and Obosi Junction by Enugu-Onitsha Expressway where IGR collection will be done. From Obosi Junction by Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State House of Assembly has passed a resolution urging Governor Chukwuma Soludo to direct the coordinator, Anambra State Emergency Management Agency, and all relevant MDAs to provide speedy intervention to all the people displaced by flood to ameliorate its severity effects on them. The House passed the resolution following a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by the member representing Obarutu constituency, Sesum Tochukwu Udeze, during plenary. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modilim reports.
Mr. Speaker. While explaining the motion, Sesum Tochukwu regretted that some parts of Anambra State today are totally submerged by flood, which according to him has brought untold hardship, depression, increased poverty, loss of valuables, among others, to displaced persons. The legislator maintained that a speedy intervention by government and good-spirited individuals will go a long way to cushion the effects of the disaster, especially in the areas of provision of relief materials, infrastructure, farm seedlings, business incentives, zero-interest loans, and the cancellation of existing loans where possible to alleviate their sufferings.
Mr. Speaker, when we talk about frauding, it's not just referring to a rainfall or water running on the drainages. We are talking where houses as high as a story building is being consumed underwater. And we'll not just be emotional about what is happening, but it is a serious case of concern.
Speaking, the Deputy Speaker, Dr. Pascal Abodike, stressed the need for federal and state governments as well as well-to-do individuals to help the displaced persons to resettle in their homes after the flood recedes.
The people of that area, majority of them are farmers. All their farm crops have been submerged, washed away. Buildings, most people lost their lives. Some relief materials were distributed to some areas, and my people are calling for more.
On his part, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, lauded Governor Soludo for the establishment of holding camps for the displaced persons, provision of relief materials, and life jackets. The speaker also urged well-to-do individuals to visit the displaced persons in their camps and donate relief materials to them to alleviate their sufferings.
What happened or what we're experiencing in Anambra State today with relation to the flood is quite devastating. But the good news is we had timely intervention by the state government through SEMA. So I join the voice of all of you to first of all condole with families that have lost relatives and also people that obviously have lost their properties.
From the State House of Assembly, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
In a major step in preferring solutions to youth restiveness and crimes by ensuring that youths acquire useful skills and gain employment, the Anambra State Ministry of Youth Development have organized a one-day workshop for master trainers for its One Youth, Two Skills initiative. The trainers who will teach different skills to interested youths are drawn from the 21 local government areas of the state. They are being trained to be effective in impacting skills on the youths using effective approaches. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi now completes the report.
In his opening address during the event, the Commissioner for Youth Development, Mr. Patrick Ayamba, noted that the solution-oriented process is expected to create millions of jobs in the state as part of the state government's effort in achieving a livable and prosperous homeland for Ndi Anambra. Mr. Ayamba emphasized that the key objective of the workshop is to develop strategic partnership for optimal service delivery and revealed that 21 best master trainers at the end of the scheme would be given 1 million naira each together with different packages to achieve the set objectives.
The key objective of this workshop with the theme developing strategic partnership for optimal service delivery. It is to make our master trainers assimilate the requirements of partnership they are building with government in bringing result-oriented solutions to numerous problems facing the state due to youth unemployment. These problems include restiveness, armed robbery, kidnapping, violence, counting, and all sorts of criminalities. To ensure that we solve the above problems in a sustainable manner, youth must be kept positively and consistently busy with quality jobs.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra State Small Business Agency, Sir Clem Chukwuka, who is also a resource person in the workshop, explained that youth empowerment is critical to youth development.
He came with a solution. It's not just one youth, one skill, but one youth, two skill. The key thing in sustainability of any youth program is knowledge, skill.
The Executive Assistant to the Governor on e-governance, Mr. Tochukwu Ebeku, remarked that the scheme has an effective monitoring and evaluation process to make a difference. He also noted that technology will also be used to add value to the scheme and empower participants.
One of the things that will be different in this is that there is effective monitoring and evaluation system placed for everyone who will be trained to be monitored and effectively evaluated.
Some participants who spoke during the workshop, including Mr. Martins Ralo and Ms. Choma Ajiku, expressed happiness for being part of the workshop, which they said will enable them to impact quality knowledge while teaching their skills. The event also featured a series of lectures on how to impact skill knowledge effectively and also an interactive session. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for EBS News.
The new chairman, Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Nwantinobi, has assured of the readiness of the present administration to take education to a higher height. Dr. Nwantinobi gave the assurance during her facility of the board in Oka. Correspondent Njideka Okoye has the details.
Chairman was accompanied by the permanent board members, including Member 1, Honorable Ifeyinwa Anatune, Member 2, Dr. Kanayo Chukura, Member 3, Lady Teresa Azodo, as well as 6 directors of the board, which includes the Director of Procurement and ex-official member of the board, Ozo Uchenna Ezani. Areas visited include Account Department, Social Mobilization Department, Audit and Legal Units, Planning, Statistics and Procurement Department, Quality Assurance Department, and Department of Academic Services, as well as Administration Department, among other places. Speaking after the facility tour, the ASUBEB chairman observed some challenges, which she said that some were caused by wind of previous years, but she will relay her observations to Mr. Governor, who she described as the solution they have, believing that he will always find a way to resolve some of the challenges. Dr. Nwadinobi, who urged the staff of the board to be punctual, committed, and dedicated to duty, stated that Governor Soludo has come with good intention to transform Anambra State for the good of all. As such, all hands should be on deck to support him in achieving his vision and dreams in making education in Anambra the number one and of building a livable and prosperous Anambra. The ASUBEB chairman noted that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has a high standard, believes in excellence, and committed to digitalizing the education sector.
There are some challenges noticed in the facilities, some of them caused by the wind. Like I have told them in the different offices, is that we are here to serve the state and we need their maximum support in the areas of being punctual to duties, dedicating their time to what they are assigned to do.
On her part, the secretary of the board, Mrs. Ebele Mbemena, said that they observed that some of the staff will be retiring next year, but thanked Governor Soludo for the ongoing recruitment exercise in the education sector, which she said will help in injecting new blood into the system. Mrs. Mbemena expressed happiness that they have qualified personnel in the system who know the job, urging them to continue in that direction to move ASUBEB to a higher level.
So what we are seeing today, if there is no replacement, there will be problem in the system. But I thank Mr. Governor, deemed it necessary to embark on a recruitment exercise, which I believe very soon, new intakes or new blood will enter into the system.
In Oka, Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
And that's a wrap on the hard news. Inside the News returns right after this break. Don't go away.
Big day ahead.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
Welcome to Inside the News proper. A 1-year-old and 1-month-old baby, David Isimnachibia Ezabata of Oketiti, is battling for his life due to complications arising from sickle cell anemia. His mother, Mrs. Susan Ezabata, is appealing passionately for financial assistance to enable David have bone marrow transplant in faraway India. For details, let's join Ngozi Bileri of Insider News.
Sometimes in life, one meets situations that are so big for them to handle. I mean situations that can push one into depression, but God forbid. How would you feel to wake up one day to see your 2-week-old baby wailing because of unbearable pains he is going through? As if that was not enough, he was taken to the hospital where it was discovered he has sickle cell anemia.
And for the past 4 days, it has been so hard for him to pass out food. He has been in pain. This is 12 o'clock in the night. And this was the way it has been for the past 4 nights now. We will do everything possible to make him pass out food. It was all to no avail. So right now we are trying every possible means so that he can pass out physics. But it's still difficult for him. And right now his body is so hot.
I know at this point you will be asking, why did the parents get married when they know they are not compatible? I asked the same questions too. But here is the answer. Little David's mother, Susan Ezabata, who hails from Nando in Anambra East Council area, met her husband, who hails from Oketiti in Idemili South Council area, and they started dating. The husband's genotype being AS, Susan's genotype being AA, or so she thought, because she had conducted the genotype test when she was in school, and the result came out AA, until it was time for them to get married. By then, she was already pregnant with her first child. At this point, they couldn't call off the wedding, but decided to move on. As God would have it, the first child, a girl, turned out AS. After her birth, Susan and her husband went for in vitro fertilization, popularly called IVF, to get medical solution to their problem. They were into the process, but as fate would have it, Susan became pregnant again naturally. She carried the pregnancy and had David Esimnachiabia Ezabata.
David's crisis started just 2 weeks after he was born. Many medical practitioners questioned that, but it was true. Multiple cry, multiple pain, cardiac crisis, metabolic crisis, muscular crisis, pains in the joints, in the muscle, always passing out physics with blood because it takes him days to pass out physics. A lot of pain, stopped breastfeeding at 2 weeks old, 1 year and 1 month now, but doesn't crawl. A child full of life when he was born, but suddenly get crashing. And my dreams as well, falling apart, everything falling apart at this age, because I had to stay home to take care of him because of the multiple crises. And having gone through a lot of processes and expensive medical care to take care of him, it was advised to take David for a bone marrow transplant. Through Sickle Cell Foundation Lagos State and through some medical practitioners, we find out that it has a cure. We thank God for that, and the cure is bone marrow transplant. Bone marrow transplant, once done, the child will automatically be fine. And David has 100% chance of survival if he goes for the transplant in India. Bone marrow transplant is not done for children in Nigeria. It can only be done in India or US. But US is expensive, and we decided to go for India. And having thought about the cost, which I and my husband are not capable to handle, and not also being able to give in to losing our son, we decided to seek the help of our people in the Anambra, the help of every Igbo, the help of Nigerians, to please, Bikun. I can't bear losing the one I have, knowing that medically I can't go for another. I have dreams that I want to really come to pass. I grew with so much hardship, and now that God has taken me to some heights, I want to give back to the society. And staying home this way with my sick son could rob them away from me. I want him to live because David has a chance to live. And I also want to live because I have the reason to live. But it can't happen without your help. God can help me, but He can't do that without all of you. Please, I'm calling on you today to please relieve the pain of David and give him a chance to live. It's hard for me to do what I'm doing, but I'm doing it because the pain of not making effort is worse than depression. I feel it's okay to do this for my son. We are looking at 32 to 35 million naira because it's a 6-month stay in India. We don't know if that will be enough, but that will serve.
Now that Susan is between the devil and the deep blue sea, if she allowed David to die, but God forbid, she cannot have another child because of the complications she had while giving birth to David. And to save David's life requires a bone marrow transplant, a major surgery that will be done in India to the tune of 35 million naira. Which of the two choices will she follow? If you ask me, I think it will be better to give David chance to live. After all, the innocent boy is not to be blamed for the predicament that befell him. To save David's life, please contribute any amount at all. Nothing is too small. Little drops of water makes an ocean, they say. The account details are 207-556-7815 and Ijiofor Oluchukwu Susan, UBA.
Such a cute baby. Please, if you are touched by this story, let's try and save a life. Let us not allow baby David to die. And please, when next somebody proposes, do one thing, go check your genotype. All right? If you want to listen to ABS, you can do that from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. And that's it on Insider News for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Good night and stay blessed.
The Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered